So it turns out Soylent Green is made of people.
And that's not the worst discovery. So Carol thought she had a scoop, one so huge she couldn't risk sending the evidence by post for fear the hive mind would not share it with the other 12. So she drives to Las Vegas to see Kumba, one of the uninfected, to tell him in person. And plot twist, he already knew. That was the worst thing of all. Carol could cope with the hive rejecting her, but learning that the other 12 had ostracized her too, that was a lot. Ostracization is the worst thing you can do to a human being. Not that there's many left of those, which I guess makes it even worse. You can't really turn to anyone else.
I did like the fact the uninfected regularly meet up via Zoom, something Carol didn't even think to do herself.
Yeah, it's like she was stuck in pre-internet or something. And on top of that, the biggest reveal is that the world is now facing mass starvation. Because the hive won't kill anything. They'll eat what's already dead, but they won't even pick up an apple. It has to fall off the tree on its own. So once any food that's already been produced is gone, the hive's got a serious problem on its hands. One which they don't have a solution for.
Looks like that joke from The Simpsons has come true.
I'm a level 5 vegan. I won't eat anything that casts a shadow.
One thing I'm disappointed by is that throughout history, the spark of creativity has led to major advancements, and I thought without that individuality, now that the hive thinks like everyone else, the hive would lose that. But they have lost that. They can't figure out how to feed people without killing something. And yet they figured out how to turn the remaining 12 into them. The fact it requires consent as the solution has to be custom-made for each is beside the point. They figured it out, somehow.
It doesn't look like this show will be exploring that aspect of the loss of individuality, McCluck.
Okay then we could focus on some inconsistencies, like the hive can't lie, right?
That's what they say.
Yet they can play roles to satisfy Kumba's James Bond-esque fantasy. Isn't acting a form of lying? But somehow, that's okay.
Yeah, that didn't feel right, did it? I was impressed by the shots of empty Las Vegas. Do you think that was CGI? Or did they really empty the streets, casinos, and hotels for those shots?
According to the internet, it was advanced effects, so clever camera shots and a lot of CGI. I have another question. When Carol's in Kumba's suite and she picks up the phone, how did they know it was gonna be her and she got the recording?
Maybe they put the recording on just in case?
Meanwhile, our man in Paraguay went through all the frequencies and only found one with some weird pops and clicks. Everything else has nothing.
What's at frequency 8.613 kilohertz?
Aliens. It's another mystery and one which might become important as, having got Carol's recording and learning that there are others like him out there, he finally decides to leave his compound and sets off to look for Carol.
From Paraguay to Albuquerque? Well, that's going to be a long trip.
One reserved for another episode. So, HDP, the title of the episode, stands for Human-Derived Protein. An unpleasant but necessary compromise to feed the population. But funnily enough, that really wasn't the main point of the episode. Yeah, there was a lot of exposition in this one to explain to us why they eat humans, that they'll all be starving pretty soon, that the uninfected would likely remain as such because the hive would require consent to infect them, that Carol's ostracized by the entire world, except maybe that one person in Paraguay. That's because he hasn't encountered her abrasive personality yet. Rude.
An episode with a lot of expo is potentially boring. Interestingly enough, I didn't feel that when watching this one. Nothing much really happens for sure, but it was interesting, even if the pace was kind of slow.
I still feel the story's being stretched. I mean, you could reveal all of that in half the time, really.
That's probably the worst aspect, I agree. Like that pre-recorded message for Carol. It's pretty long, and we have to hear it each and every time she picks up the phone. I mean, I get it, but do we have to hear it each and every time?
That sort of thing stretches the runtime unnecessarily.
But despite all of that, it wasn't a bad episode. So I'm awarding HDP 2.5 paws. But tell me, what do you think of this episode? Do share your thoughts in the comments, and if you like what we do, and how we do it,
and you feel you'd like to help us out, please consider joining our Patreon. We'll leave a link to it down in the description.
Thanks for watching. See you all next time, and until then, live long,
and I can do this all day.
It doesn't look like the show will be exploring that aspect of the loss of individual. It doesn't look like this show will be exploring the. Maybe they put the recording on just in case.